Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we're going to talk about the brand new Path of Light event that just got released. And, you know, I was hoping for it to be something a little bit more juicy, but honestly, some of these rewards will definitely help some people. So let's jump right into it. So in the Path of Light here, we're actually featuring the 4 epic pieces for the Mikage fusion. You kind of have your pick here of which one is most, which one you want to get. The path, it seems a little bit complicated. We did have a previous path for the Mikage fusions, which I participated in, I believe maybe like 5 months ago. It was very straightforward. I got a screenshot here of what the path looked like. Basically, it was just 4 straight lines down, and at the bottom of it was a Lego book, and then the epic. And then there was also the legendary that was up for grabs as well. So you had the epic here, legendary book here, legendary book here, legendary book here. But in terms of overall cost, this one was 55.75. Same type of event, right? You had the shard event, so the shard values are the same. So for this one, we have dungeon diver and shards. So shard values are the same. But this one, there is dungeon diver component, which obviously is not going to be where the bulk of your points are going to come from. The bulk of your points will come from your shards. So if you guys really want one of these epics or really need it for Mikage, you're gonna have to pull some shards for these guys. So let's see what kind of path we need to hit to make that happen. All right, guys. So here's the whole path in its entirety. Let's chart a path here that kind of makes sense. Okay, let's use the green pen. Let's chart a path that makes sense. Let's say you start on the left-hand side this way. Okay, I'm gonna have to go down to the key here. Is the big point sink here. So probably what we're gonna have to do something like this. Now we got the key, and let's say we need Isabel here. So now we got Isabel. Do a count of the total points. We'll just grab our trusty calculator here, and we'll go down 500, 1250, 3750, 4000, 2750, 9000. These 5-star chickens and the barrel, man, that is a waste of points, guys. 1000, 15,000 for Isabel, 62.75 for one epic. She's not going to be the cheapest one, I think. It looks like this one is gated by a 5,000 6-star epic ore, which is 2,000 cheaper for a Quillen. So it would be slightly less expensive if, for example, if you wanted Quillen, you could just segue into the rare book and then get the 6-star epic ore and then get Quillen. So roughly, yeah, they're not all the same cost, but for example, one epic would basically cost about 62.75. So it's a little bit more expensive than it was 5 months ago, which is kind of expected, I guess. But this path includes dungeon divers, so it might be a little bit more flexible. Also, but the old path also had a legendary book. It had a legendary book. This path doesn't include a legendary book for you. So let's say you wanted 2 epics. I think this is where you get a small discount. So if you want 2 epics, you can grab this key here. Sorry, let me change my pen so I get different. But if you wanted 2 epics, grab this one key here, and then let's say you wanted Quillen, and then Quillen here. All right, so it would be 62.75 plus 1,000 for the extra key, plus 1250 for the rare book, 5,000 for the ore, and then 15,000 for Quillen. Oops. 13, 85,000. So it would be 85,000 for 2 epics. So if you needed 2 epics, it's actually cheaper. It actually works out. However, if you need 3 epics, then you have to go down the path again, and then your 3rd epic will probably cost you around 60 again. So if you're going for 2, it actually turns out to be an okay deal. You're not getting, like the full range of loot or rewards as you would, for example, with the previous Heroes Path. So I'm going to bring up my old video here of me doing the old Heroes Path. So the old Heroes Path had quite a bit of goodies in it. Like obviously you had like some of these bigger resources and then a legendary book, but each one of them were costing about 55,000 points. Whereas in this Heroes Path, we got less rewards, but it's actually cheaper to get 2 epics. But if you're only going for 1 epic, it's actually not that cheap. It's actually more expensive than the old conversion of the price. So I'm not too sure what to think about this, because Mikage is absolutely an incredible champion. Like I said, I basically went out of my way to grab the epics to fuse her, so I can use her, and that was about 5 months ago, and she's become one of my most used champions in my whole account. She's definitely a game-changing mythical champion, definitely worth it. But we do have a fusion coming around the corner, and this is a pretty heavy price. So if you're looking at 62,750 points in terms of a sacred cost, that is 62,750 divided by 450. You're looking at 14 sacreds for 1 epic just to grab that epic. If you're looking to grab 2 epics, that price comes down a little bit. 2 epics for about 19 sacreds. I think that's a lot more reasonable. But not a lot of people will have this many sacreds laying around just before a fusion. It's a hard sell, man. I can't say I would recommend doing this. What ended up happening to me during the event 5 months ago was that while I was pulling for the epics, I ended up pulling the epic out of a sacred shard. And that was just absolutely devastating, because you're pulling so many sacreds, and then you basically pull it on the last or second last shard, and it feels pretty bad. But that's always a risk, right, that you're taking when you're pulling shards. But yeah, like I said, Mikage is an incredible champion, but you have to gauge it based on your own account. I don't know if I can advise doing this just before a fusion. It feels really not that good. But I fully understand going for it, because I ended up going for it 5 months ago. And I fully understand people that don't get epics. I'm 3 years out from getting Geomancer. I haven't gotten Geomancer yet, and I passed on his guarantee way back when. So it's one of those situations where you just have to gauge it for yourself. But you don't really want to put the next fusion in jeopardy, especially when it's basically right around the corner. And just for fun, I'm going for 4 epics. The epics on the right hand side cost 86,250, so a little bit more expensive than the 2 epics on the left hand side, the green and the yellow. So the purple epics cost 86,250, which is slightly more expensive. All 4 of them put together is a grand total of 171.250, which is divided by total sacred shards, 38 sacred shards. 38 for the 4 epics. I guess that's half a mythical champion. Because you fuse the 4 epics into 1 legendary, I think, and you're still short. You're still short pieces. That's an absurd cost, guys. I don't know what to say. I mean, for me, it's a full skip. I can like sit comfortably and watch on the sidelines, but yeah, it feels bad to go for 1 because it's so expensive. And then if you go for 2, it's expensive, but it's a better deal than it was if you went for just 1, I guess. Like I said, 2 of them cost 85, whereas 1 costs 62. But yeah, either way, it doesn't feel good. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Best of luck on this event. Best of luck on your shards. Hopefully you guys pulled the epics on your first sacred, for example. I can only say Lady Mikage is awesome, but paying this much sacreds, supplemented by dungeon divers, of course, but we all know that dungeon diver is not going to be worth too many points here. Yeah, it just doesn't feel good. But yeah, let me know what you guys are planning to do. It looks like a skip for most people. I think it's just too expensive, especially with the Wixwell fusion coming up in a week. Yeah, let me know what you guys are gonna do. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.